Hey everybody, it's the Nitty Professor, and this is the Nitty Professor's daughter.
Hi.
Welcome. We
Thank
wanted
you.
to talk to her about her knitting projects and views and etc. So what are we holding up here?
So these are two hats I made last summer while I was on a school trip to Scotland. I needed something to keep my hands busy because I was stage managing. So this one that my mom is holding up, I didn't have a pattern for this one. I just kind of made it up as I went. I went to a yarn store. I think we went together, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it at the one in Omaha?
It might have been at one of them. It wasn't at the one above the art gallery, but there was a shop we went to and I found this
Personal
gorgeous...
Threads.
It might have been. It was this gorgeous yarn.
It really is pretty. Look at that.
I know it was it might have been some superwash wool or marine. I don't remember what.
Yeah, it's hand dyed.
It is, and it's got this like black thread going through it. I just thought it was sick, and I just knit up a hat. I just wanted a beanie to wear while I was out in Scotland in the drizzle, and it sufficed very well. So.
I don't have enough hair.
Fill up with my ponytail.
Didn't you say your boyfriend wore it?
Yeah, it's actually pilling a lot. You can tell it's got a lot of love.
It has character.
My boyfriend and I both wear it constantly now that it's getting cold. So maybe one day I'll have to turn it inside out. I don't know. I just stockinette stitched the entire thing. That was a really fun project just to throw together. And now it's one of my favorites.
It's probably a worsted weight.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yes.
And do you know how many stitches you started off? Is that a 2x2 rib?
Yes. No. It's a... Yes, it is a 2x2. I thought it was 3, but no, it's a 2x2. I think I started with 70 to 80 stitches on this one.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Wasn't too many. I know with this one, the other one, I started on like 120. So.
Well, you have more hair than me, so you need bigger hats.
I do, and I think I made this one in a slightly heavier weight than the pattern called for.
Okay.
So this is a tam I made. I decided to get on Ravelry for once and finally find a pattern to use. And I found this really awesome one. Yeah, it's called the Journey Hat. And, oh, who was it by? Let me pull that up.
We'll link the pattern.
Yeah, by
so y'all can find
Rainey Hanlon. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you, Rainey, for your hat design. Because I really like it.
We should make more.
Yeah, this is also one of my favorite hats that I've made.
Could do... I got some Noro yarn in here. It would be perfect with that.
Right? Oh, I love the Noro yarn. Oh, I can't talk. All of the colors are really beautiful in this. But yeah, it was a really fun
Give them a close-up view of that. It almost looks like Celtic, like... or Coptic.
Yeah, it's got...
what do they call it? Kind of cone-shaped writing.
I don't know.
I forgot what it's called.
But it's got this really nice
And I
design.
call myself a language expert.
I'm not any better, I promise. But no, this was really fun. I think this technique, I forgot what this is called, I'll be honest.
Well, it's probably unique to the pattern, isn't it?
Yeah, it had all these skips in it to create that lovely,
show the
it almost
holes.
looks crocheted. Yeah.
It does. It's
Right
almost
over
like a
that
heavyweight
rib.
lace. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, it took a little while for me to get a hang of on the bottom row. Some of the places are a little sketchier. You can tell that there are lots of colors sprinkled throughout. I think that's something we have in common. We both really like color. I mean, you can tell. Yeah. I kind of go for more of the dark mute tones, I think, and you tend to lean towards the neons. Mm-hmm. We love that. We love that. Experiencing the dual tones and the rainbows. But yeah, those are two of my most recent projects. I haven't knit a lot since then. I haven't finished anything since then, I'll say that.
So, when did you first start knitting?
Oh my gosh, when did I first start knitting?
I'm not even sure I taught you because you kind of knit like
I don't think
backwards for me.
Yeah, I get what, continental?
I think.
Where I'm throwing it with my left hand instead of my right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, I just started doing it that way and I didn't know there was another.
Did you look it up in YouTube?
No, I just started doing it, I think. I wonder if it was after my twin brother had his class,
his fashion class.
He had a fashion class.
I showed him the scarf he made.
Yeah, he made that scarf in his class.
That's right.
And I was like, I could use a scarf. And I think that's when I tried the finger weaving.
Right.
So I
still have those. They're downstairs.
I don't even remember how to do
It's like finger knitting.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. But I was terrible at it. It was really loose. And I made like 3 scarves that way.
They're still downstairs?
Yeah, I think I just
in the cedar closet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, beautiful. I think I just got some acrylic fiber at Hobby Lobby. Because I was like, I just want to try it. I want a scarf.
Right.
That's kind of how most of my knitting goes. I'm like, I want this thing. Why don't I just make it?
Yeah.
I do that a lot. I mean, I'm a seamstress for the same reason. I've been sewing since... I know I was sewing since I was 14. And I've always just really enjoyed being able to make my own stuff. So whenever I need something...
So is that what you like about knitting mainly?
I do, yeah. I feel like... I know you're more of like a progress knitter where it's more about... Or process?
Process knitter.
Process knitter.
I just like doing it.
Yeah, it's more about just doing it, the activity, just
If I
relaxing
wasn't doing
with
it, I might be using drugs.
Yep.
It's my own drug.
Gotta stay out of trouble.
That's right. Knitting's pretty innocent.
I'd hope so. In most cases. But no,
Unless I've seen people knit like a jockstrap.
I've seen Woolly Willies.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Don't
are kinda
ask,
cute.
just look it up. Maybe don't look it up. What was I saying?
About why
making
you
my own
knit.
stuff.
Like
Yeah. I think
slow fashion stuff.
Yep. So I really like just making it and having it and using it. We were talking earlier about how I really feel like it's hard these days to find clothes that are both good quality and practical. There's a lot of stuff that either is not very practical and is meant just to be fancy.
Like this?
I mean, like this is what, like acrylic or...
I'm sure it's acrylic.
Yeah,
and
which
it's
has
made in
its
China.
place.
I'm not proud, but you know, it's the only bought Christmas sweater I have, and when else am I going to wear it, right? So,
yeah, exactly. What you need an ugly Christmas sweater, right? I
I should
brought
make
mine.
an ugly Christmas sweater.
Oh, that would be so fun.
We should do it for
all
next
the
year.
baubles you can put on there.
We could do
little...
a cowl, the ugly Christmas sweater.
Oh, that'd be so... I'm keeping this locked in the phone box. That's a good idea.
That would be cool.
But I really feel like making my own garments empowers me to not only have better clothes and accessories that I like using, but it also gives me a sense of pride about using and wearing them, you know?
Yeah.
When you create something, you have a certain attachment to it. And I think it's really powerful to be able to create stuff. And so I want to exercise that. And I'll be able to treat myself to a nice new hat that I didn't have to pay $30 for, you know? Maybe for the yarn.
Well, speaking of quality in today's clothing, because we both know that a lot of the clothing you find in the store today lasts about a week.
Yeah.
This belonged to my mom.
Yeah.
That's how old that is.
I know. I have a whole collection of her turtlenecks
It's
now.
probably a 40-year-old turtleneck.
Right, and I wear it every Christmas now.
It lasts.
I've worn it for the last, I think, 5 years.
For all I know, it
Christmas.
was made in the USA.
I think so. I know it's cotton, and it's really held up.
I had an LL Bean sweater on the other day, and after I took it off, I looked it up, and it, sure enough, made in the USA.
Hey.
And I'm like, it's a really good sweater, because it's like 30 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, it stood the test of time.
That's right. And you do thrifting, too, right?
I love thrifting.
Have you ever thrifted yarn?
I haven't.
Do you,
Not yet.
Wouldn't it be cool to thrift like somebody else's sweaters that they made that maybe didn't fit or whatever and just recycle the yarn?
I really think that would be fun, just frog the entire thing.
Yeah.
And just repurpose it. You can even take inspiration from the piece it originally was.
I saw a video of a guy who was doing that. He was frogging it with a power saw.
How the heck does that work?
He just, some kind of attachment. He ran the chainsaw and it literally was frogging it like within seconds.
I would pay to see that in real life.
I mean, it was on Instagram, so.
Oh my gosh, close enough.
I have to figure out who it is that I follow that had that. So,
That's
so
funny.
yeah. So what are you gonna knit next?
Well,
Another hat?
I
Because
think
you don't
I
have a lot of
should-
time. You're a working stiff now.
I'm enjoying this infinity scarf that I have that I think I want to use as a pattern for a new one. My boyfriend brought me a like acrylic white infinity scarf. I don't remember from where, but it's really nice and it's a perfect size. And I thought, hey, this would be a great example because
You could like copy it.
yeah, because I've tried to do cowls.
Okay, tell me about that. You had a
Miserable
disaster.
failure. So I wanted to make a gift for my boyfriend's mom, and I'm apologizing in advance to her now because I never
She
gave her this
watches
gift.
us.
Yep. I'm terribly sorry. I really wanted to make her a cowl, and I wanted to do cable knit for the first time. And I have to say, it went surprisingly well.
Okay.
Surprisingly well with the cable
I think
knits.
I remember when you were working on that.
Oh, it was so enjoyable. I think I was also doing that while I was rehearsing for the show that we were taking to Scotland for that summer trip.
Oh.
So while I was still in town rehearsing, I was watching other people rehearse, so I was stage managing, but I was starting with that cowl. Mm-hmm. And so I made it a little too big. And I was like, okay, fine, I can just shrink it. And then I shrunk it, and it's still a little too big. But now it's really started to felt. Especially because it had wool blend in there, but also Angora.
Wow.
And so it all just like shriveled together. And the cables look really bad. And it's all really like, it's like this wide and this tall.
Does anyone wear it?
No. It sits on a shelf in shame.
Could it be their dog's dog bed?
If I put holes in the side, it could be a little low neck
Dog
sweater for the Shiba that they have. Oh
That'd
my
be cool.
gosh. So yeah, I'm sorry to my boyfriend's mom if you're watching this video that you never got the beautiful cowl I attempted to make for you. I will
Maybe
make
we should
another.
make that next. I have plenty of yarn.
I would love to make another cowl. I would make the exact same one, just not the exact same.
Did you see the video I did on the one I finished with the Kiviat yarn?
Oh my god, I don't think I've seen that yet.
Okay,
Did I
well,
miss that
after
one?
we're done, I'll show it to you.
I'm such a terrible daughter.
Not at all. So, everybody should knit, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think everybody should at least try.
Yeah. Or at least make something to wear with their hands.
Yeah, if you feel like you need an accessory, try doing it yourself. Honestly, it's a lot easier than you might think if you haven't tried it before. And even if you have tried knitting and you want to try something new, try it. There's no better day than today, My friend always says that the best way to begin is by beginning, which I think is from another YouTube channel.
Oh, it's not from a play?
No, I wish it was. It sounds like it should be.
Should I put that quote in my novel?
That'd be a fun reference. I won't steal it.
Okay.
But
well, thanks for talking to my subscribers here.
It was a lovely little time. Thanks for inviting me.
Speaking of easy, right? This is just stockinette. Round and round and round.
Look at that.
And
it's
definitely growing. It's the yarn speaks for itself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put fringe, or should I just do a blanket stitch on them?
Oh, fringe would be so cute.
Fringe, this is the yarn interlacements, and the color is, I call it Ephraim, but somebody else might say it's Ephraim. Is that upside down?
I don't know.
That's right
there.
we
We go.
I'm still
Ephraim?
exploring. That's the color. Ephraim. I call it Ephraim.
I like it.
But
No matter how you
in
say it.
Spanish, it's Ephraim. Just so you know, that's the Spanish version.
Fancy.
So y'all have a wonderful Christmas and
happy holidays.
Yule and Kwanzaa and solstice, post-solstice, all of the above.
December and New Year.
There you go. Year-end celebrations. And thanks for listening. We'll talk soon.
Yay.
Ciao.